meeting for Monday, April 17th, 2023. We have in attendance with us the following city officials.
Mayor Kathy O'Hara.
Good evening.
Safety Service Director Barbara Sylvester.
Present.
Law Director Justin Richards.
Present.
Assistant Law Director Edwin Mack.
Present.
Economic Development Director David Nate.
Present.
Is there anyone present from administration I might have missed? That's it, Madam President.
Thank you. Welcome to everyone in attendance. Under number 5 on our agenda is where the people can speak on any topic that does appear on tonight's agenda. And again, under number 17 is where the public can speak on any topic that does not appear on tonight's agenda. I'd like to remind you, if you have a cell phone, please set it to mute, vibrate, or turn it off so it doesn't interfere with the recordings. Roll call.
Kramer.
Present.
Gregg.
Here.
Howard Smith. Kern Kane.
Here.
Lewis.
Present.
Lombardi.
Here.
Slutes.
Here.
Sneed.
Here.
And Viola.
Here.
Roll call of 8 present.
Councilman Lewis.
I'd like to make a motion that we excuse Councilwoman Julie Harper Smith.
Seconded by Councilman Gregg. Roll call.
Gregg.
Yes.
Kern Kane.
Yes.
Lewis.
Yes.
Lombardi.
Yes.
Slutes.
Yes.
Sneed.
Yes.
Viola.
Yes.
And Kramer.
Yes.
8 yes to excuse Councilwoman Harper Smith.
Thank you, Councilman Harbert, for being excused. Councilman Slutes.
Thank you. You can all stand and join me in the Lord's Prayer. Pledge of allegiance. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Councilman Slutes. Madam Clerk, the minutes of the previous meeting transcribed and looked for public viewing.
Yes, they are.
Are there any additions or corrections to be made?
No, there are not.
They remain stand approved as written. Here at number 5 on our agenda, or anyone from the audience can come forward and speak on any topic that does appear on tonight's agenda. If you wish to do so, please state your name, address, the topic you wish to discuss, and please limit your comments to 4 minutes limits.
Lou Garrett, 2531 Wildflower Lane Northeast. I'm speaking tonight on agenda point number 15, the proposed inducement grant for caffeine and gunpowder. Councilman Hernkine, would you be so kind to pass that around, please? I don't believe this is a First Amendment or a Second Amendment issue. It's not that at all. What I think council needs to do is simply make a decision on the business sense for this particular store. You have to ask yourself about the viability of the store, and you also have to ask yourself about the 2 co-owners. And let's be clear, there are 2 co-owners of this business. What's being circulated tonight is the Articles of Organization from February 22nd that granted the LLC to caffeine and gunpowder. And if you turn to page 4, you'll find that there are 2 signatories on this. And if you look at their business plan that they presented, they also show that there are 2 co-owners. The 2-page business plan talks about their background and various other things. There are some things in the background that maybe the co-owners you would like to know. And most of this, in fact all of it, is from public record. Anyone can find any of these issues. So let's see. Councilman Lombardi. 3 lawsuits for eviction between one of the founders or the other founder. Councilman Gregg, 3 lawsuits for non-payment of a debt filed by a financial institution. Councilwoman Creamer, 1 lawsuit that also had a garnishment of wages attached. Councilman Lewis, a personal injury and property damage suit. Councilman Kernking, a federal lawsuit from the U.S. Department of Labor for not paying minimum wage or overtime. This lawsuit has a projected settlement for an outstanding amount due of $112,000 from one of the co-owners of this business. Councilman Slutz, there's a judgment lien against one of these co-owners by the state of Ohio. And Councilman Snead, just 6 days ago, 6 days, there was another lawsuit filed against one of the co-founders of this business. Councilman Hornking, if you would be so kind, I'm going to circulate the complaint to all of the council members. This lawsuit, and let's understand, it's a complaint, it's an allegation. It was filed just 6 days ago in the Common Pleas Court. It alleges that one of the co-founders and their business has been sued for breach of lease and damages. I'm going to give you the 30,000-foot view of this. Looking at the lawsuit.
1 minute.
1 minute, thank you. On February 1st, 2022, one of the co-founders signed a lease for 61 months with a total value of the lease at $124,000. The suit alleges that on February of this year, no payment was made, and so they're in breach of contract. The lawsuit asks for the remaining part of the monies due on the lease, and of course some small damages. It's a total of $101,000. So what I'm asking council to do tonight is maybe just take another look at this. I don't think you have to make a decision tonight. Take some time on this. Look, you didn't have much due diligence done on this before you got this put in your laps. All I'm asking you is to maybe take some time. I don't know if your constituents would want $8,000 spent for an inducement grant. One of the co-owners who has a lawsuit awaiting them that owes $101,000. Madam President, council members, thank you.
Thank you. If you would sign the paper there.
Why, you already have?
Thank you.
Madam President, just for clarification of the record, all charges mentioned by Mr. Garrett were to be speculated as part of the co-owners, not any of the members of the council.
Yes.
Right. The way that was presented, that could be confused as to who were saying those charges were to be adhered to.
Mr. Lewis, I apologize. You represent
Yeah.
My name is Wade Stevenson. I live at 1024 Irvington. And here in Massillon, I've been here for almost 30 years. I have seen businesses come and go because of certain reasons and stuff like that. And as far as the business has gone to caffeine, I'm going to tell you something. As being a veteran of 18 years, military, I've gone down there, I sat and drank coffee and talked to a bunch of military guys that have been through the same things I have, which I have suffered from PTSD. I have suffered from drug addiction, prescription drugs from the VA, and also alcoholism. I've been clean for 10 years. And I've lived on my property. I've lived here in Massillon, like I said, for almost 30 years. If it wasn't for places like this, because Massillon has nothing, If you go to the VFW, the American Legion, what do they have in there? Bars. I'm a recovering alcoholic. Massillon has no coffee shops. The one that they do have closes at 5 o'clock. And as being a military man that needs to speak about their PTSD and talk to other vets, and I have helped 5 suicidal vets out of Massillon, but I'm on the road all the time helping these vets. We need something here in Massillon to help. And right now, there is nothing. And the people that work there, Allison, who's a very good friend of mine that I've known for years, and I just met Tim. Tim is also a special forces. We've seen more stuff than any of you guys sitting here. I've been on more missions than you guys could ever think of. I have dreamt nightmares on stuff you guys could never even fathom. And that's a relief to go down there and talk about it to vets that know what I've been through. And to not get upset and angry. We just sit there and BS and talk to each other. Can't do that anywhere else because people don't understand. And I've been called a baby killer because of the stuff that I did. I was a sniper. I was special forces. I did what I was told. And I have nightmares about it. And veterans need veterans to help. And that place provides it. And as far as the grants and stuff like that, that's totally up to you. And about the stuff that was just passed out, I know nothing about that, nor do I care about that. But the city of Massillon needs to do something for the veterans that are here, not the American Legion, the VFW, or that. Well, the DAV now is no longer like carry alcohol. That's according to the national DAV. But we only go to meetings once a month. The rest of the time, what do we have? And that's a place to let steam off. Yeah, we get into politics. I'll be the first one to tell you I get into politics. But I'm going to tell you something right now. What they do in politics is their business. I just have to live by them. Don't like them, but I have to live by them. And that's part of life. So, if you're with the grant that's here now, I don't know who did what as far as the caffeine and gunpowder. I don't know who did what. But I know the lady that is the main owner or the main person there. She's good people. She is good people. I've known her for years. She's like my daughter. And she talks. And she knows what I've been through. She's seen me. She's seen me go through it. And my wife who's sitting next to her, 27 years, she's seen it all. And my outlet is those vets that go down there to drink coffee and BS with each other. So, thank you.
I'm sorry, I missed your first name.
William.
Thank you, William. Will you sign the paper?
And please print.
Anyone else wishing to speak?
Yes, ma'am. My name is Robert Williams. I live at 2195 Eagle Circle, Southeast Massillon, Ohio. I am here to speak in reference to you all's considering the inducement for the business that is doing this role. I am also a veteran. I'm a retired police officer in the city of Massillon. I think this is a moral issue. We know the type of poison and vitriol at the national level. We've seen it seep down into the state level, and we don't want to see that continue at the local level. I don't care what your party is. We are brothers and sisters. We live in the same city. We don't need that type of divisiveness, that type of poison being promoted in our city, let alone being used, using our tax dollars for that. I think that is a responsibility for you all as our elected leaders to set the moral tone for Massillon. So please do not support using tax dollars for hatred. Thank you.
Thank you, Robert.
Use it to tear down the building.
Bishop Gerald Evans II, 1320 Johnson Street, Massillon, President of the Stark County Black Caucus. I actually went into the store, and when you go into a store of Massillon, the stores represent Massillon. The stores in Massillon represents what we believe. And when I walked in, I'm greeted with, F your feelings. I'm greeted with, F Biden, and if you vote for him, F you too. If you find this offensive, I find it funny. That's why I'm happier than you. These are what's being displayed and what's being sold in the store. Hats that says, you can leave. Now, for me, and it's my tax dollars, I would rather see my tax dollars being better served, that's ready to serve me as well. And this does not serve me, it doesn't serve the community as a whole. It serves one agenda, and as Pastor said, this is poison that's being circulated and sold. If you want to pass those out to those, they can have a look for themselves. And again, when I walked in, this is what I'm being greeted with. I understand the gentleman said this is a place for them to congregate and have a place because they don't have a place, but I believe we have a library. I believe we have other places that they can do that. But again, this is what's being circulated, and this has been what I'm being greeted with. So when I walk into the store, the first thing I see is, F your feelings. And as council members and as the city council, if this is something that you are supporting, what you're saying to me is, F your feelings.
Thank you.
Yo Dancy, 2014 Tennyson Avenue, Northeast Massillon. I love this because I've changed everything that I had intended to say. To the gentleman that's the veteran, I respect veterans to the highest, and I certainly agree that they should have some place that they should be able to go, be able to converse with each other, be able to go home, be able to relax. And we don't know what they've been through. I talked to one of my Sunday school students who killed somebody in the war, and when he talked to me about it, he told me how hard that was, but it was kill or be killed. So I understand that. So that's a challenge to us as a city, to put something together, someplace that they can go, someplace that they can enjoy, someplace that they can express themselves. But it's not the place that we're talking about tonight. The pictures that went around, you know, this brought to my attention. People have rights. They can say anything that they want to say. I can say for sure that I won't be shopping at the store, and that's what I want to That's what I want to talk about the most, is that it's a business decision. I was a executive director of business for many years. It's a business decision. It is not a store that is welcoming to all of the citizens of Massillon. It's not a good business decision. But we're asking to take taxpayers' dollars to help them build this up more when it doesn't serve the community. So I'm going to get past all the pictures. You don't know how offended I was when I saw those pictures. Couldn't believe it, but I'm going to leave that alone. It's just not a place that serves the entire community of Massillon. We are one. I know there's 32,000 people in Massillon. There's about 1,700 African Americans, so I know I'm a big minority, but I'm still a tax-paying, abiding citizen of Massillon. And I hope that you can make the decision to come up with something to do for the veterans. They deserve that. I wholeheartedly support that. But I hope you will also make the decision not to give our tax dollars to people who don't support all of our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Gail.
Am I allowed to just talk without being signed in?
No. You can talk, but you have to sign in later.
Oh, I can talk?
You have to sign.
It's my first time to city council. My name's Sandra Smith.
Ma'am,
Close to the mic.
are you talking about something that is on tonight's agenda?
Talking about this. She's deaf. I'm really hard of her. Anyway, my name's Sandra Smith, and I just want to say that I think, from my point of view, there's some wonderful programs in town that could use support and that are open to everyone. Like there's a church on Walnut that gives free lunches all summer. I've had a free lunch there from them myself. That Central Presbyterian Church, they have lunches, the library's open. We do have Tremont Coffee and Panera for coffee shops, and I like what she said about let's have a place. If we need a place for people to get together and talk and have coffee that don't drink. I have friends that are in recovery. That's a good thing, but I'm against giving money to this place where it has the guns. I saw this sign the other day driving from the Y and I said, guns and caffeine, oh my God, they don't mix. It's too heartbreaking seeing how many people are getting killed by guns. Anyway, I'm against it, so sorry I didn't sign up early, but thank you.
We'll write it for you, for sure.
Anyone else?
I can't handle this.
Hi, my name is Christina Reddy, 26 Bruce Avenue, Massillon. I respect what the gentleman was saying, he was a veteran. My dad was a veteran, my grandfather, my son is a veteran. And if that place helps him in helping others, that's wonderful. What I disagree with is the signage of maybe making other people not feel welcome. So if there are other veterans that could be helped by him, because it sounds like you may have helped some, if other veterans who could have used his help did not feel welcome there, and that I disagree with, in promoting separation. Everybody has the right to vote for who they want to vote for, and we're all dealing with it right now with the primary election coming up. Feeling a sort of hatred from people and businesses because of who you chose to vote for, I disagree with that. That is what this country is based off of. You're free to vote for who you want to vote for. I do not agree with giving our taxpayers dollars to a business that is promoting separation and hatred towards who you voted for.
Ma'am? Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak on a topic that doesn't appear on tonight's agenda? Please come forward. Seeing none. Is there any new miscellaneous business? Okay. We'll move into introduction of ordinance and resolutions. Ordinance number 37, 2023.
And ordinance authorizing the Director of Public Service and Safety of the City of Massillon, Ohio, to accept a donation from a private Massillon citizen on behalf of the Massillon Fire Department.
Councilman Lombardi.
Thank you, President Mason. This is for the $100 donation to the fire department from a private citizen. Does anybody have any questions? If not, then I would make a motion that we suspend the rules providing 3 readings and bring ordinance 37, 2023 forward for a vote.
Second by Councilman Slutes. Roll call for suspension.
Hernkang,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Slutes,
Yes.
Snead,
Yes.
Viola, Kramer,
Yes.
and Gray.
Yes.
8 yes for suspension.
And for passage.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Slutes,
Yes.
Snead,
Yes.
Viola, Kramer,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
and Hernkang.
Yes.
8 yes for passage.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 37, 2023 is passed. Ordinance number 38, 2023.
An ordinance making certain appropriations from the unappropriated balance of 1100 general fund for the purpose of the Massillon Fire Department for the year ending December 31st, 2023.
Councilman Lewis.
Yes, this is the appropriation that follows along with the ordinance that we just passed. With that being said, make a motion to suspend the rules requiring 3 readings, being ordinance number 38-20234 for a vote.
Second by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call for suspension.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Sluse,
Yes.
Sneed,
Yes.
Viola,
Yes.
Creamer,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Harden,
Yes.
and Lewis.
Yes.
8 yes for suspension.
And for passage.
Sluse,
Yes.
Sneed,
Yes.
Viola,
Yes.
Creamer,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Harden,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
and Lombardi.
Yes.
8 yes for passage.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 38, 2023 is passed. Ordinance number 39, 2023.
An ordinance making certain appropriations from the unappropriated balance of the 12-12 Summer Concert Series Fund for the year ending December 31st, 2023, and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Lewis.
Yes, this is an appropriation of $15,000 for the Summer Concert Series Fund. This is a pass-through of grants that we received for this purpose. Any questions or discussion this evening? Seeing none, I make a motion to suspend the rules requiring 3 readings, being ordinance number 39-20234 for a vote.
Second by Councilman Gray. Roll call for suspension.
Sneed,
Yes.
Viola,
Yes.
Creamer,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Harden,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
and Sluse.
Yes.
8 yes for suspension.
And for passage.
Viola,
Yes.
Creamer,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Harden,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Sluse,
Yes.
and Sneed.
Yes.
8 yes for passage.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 40, 2023. Ordinance number 39, 2023 is passed. Thank you. Ordinance number 40, 2023.
An ordinance making certain appropriations from the unappropriated balance of 1100 general fund for the purpose of the street resurfacing project for the year ending December 31st, 2023, and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Lewis.
First reading.
Thank you. Ordinance number 40, 2023 has received first reading. Ordinance number 41, 2023.
An ordinance authorizing the Director of Law of the City of Massillon, Ohio, to enter into a 1-year agreement with the Village of Navarre, Ohio, for the purpose of providing prosecutorial services and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Lewis.
The next 3 ordinances on the agenda are looking at the contracts that the law department has with surrounding communities for prosecutorial services within the Massillon court system. They are for Navarre, Beach City, and Wilmot respectively. Are there any questions regarding any of these agreements that the law director and law department would be entering into? Otherwise, we would move forward individually for each one. Seeing none, I would make a motion to suspend the rules requiring 3 readings, bring ordinance number 41-20234 for a vote.
Second by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call.
Creamer,
Suspension. Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Harden,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Sluse,
Yes.
Sneed,
Yes.
and Viola.
Yes.
8 yes for suspension.
And for passage.
Gray,
Yes.
Harden,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Sluse,
Yes.
Sneed,
Yes.
Viola,
Yes.
and Kramer.
Yes.
8 yes for passage.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 41, 2023 is passed. Ordinance number 42, 2023.
An ordinance authorizing the Director of Law of the City of Massillon, Ohio, to enter into a 1-year agreement with the Village of Beach City, Ohio, for the purpose of providing prosecutorial services and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Lewis.
Make a motion to suspend the rules requiring 3 readings, bring ordinance number 42-20234 for a vote.
Second by Councilman Gray. Roll call for suspension.
Harden,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Sluse.
Yes.
Sneed,
Yes.
Violen,
Yes.
Kramer,
Yes.
and Gray.
Yes.
8 yes for suspension.
And for passage.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Sluse,
Yes.
Sneed,
Yes.
Violen,
Yes.
Kramer,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
and Hernkane.
Yes.
8 yes for passage.
Madam Clerk, ordinance number 42, 2023 is passed. Ordinance number 43, 2023.
An ordinance authorizing the Director of Law of the City of Massillon, Ohio to enter into a one-year agreement with the Village of Wilmot, Ohio for the purpose of providing prosecutorial services and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Lewis.
Make a motion suspending the rules requiring 3 readings, reading ordinance number 43-2023 for a vote.
Second by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call for suspension.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Sluse,
Yes.
Sneed,
Yes.
Violen,
Yes.
Kramer,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Hernkane,
Yes.
and Lewis.
Yes.
8 yes for suspension.
And for passage.
Sluse,
Yes.
Sneed,
Yes.
Violen,
Yes.
Kramer,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Hernkane,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
and Lombardi.
Yes.
8 yes for passage.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 43, 2023 is passed. Is there any unfinished business? Any petitions or general communications?
No, there are not.
Any bills, accounts, and claims?
Yes, we have a bill in the amount of $114.30 payable to U.S. Bank Equipment Finance, and it's the April payment for our copier. We also have a bill in the amount of $9.48 payable to First Commonwealth Bank, which is our credit card, for the mailing of the JANDA annexation to the Ohio Secretary of State.
Councilman Lewis.
Make a motion to pay the bills.
Second by Councilman Gray. Roll call.
Sneed,
Yes.
Violen,
Yes.
Kramer,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Hernkane,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
and Sluse.
Yes.
8 yes to pay the bills.
Thank you. The clerk will pay the bills and charge them to their proper accounts. Reports from city officials.
We have the mayor's report for March 2023.
Thank you. Reports of committees. Our next work session will be Monday, April 24th, 2023, at 6:30. And we've got the mayor coming.
Good evening, Madam President, members of council. Just to give you a quick update this evening, 2022 construction has restarted, and we hope to have that completed very, very soon. So far, the roads that have been completed are Ohio, David, Sheffield, 8th Street Northeast, and now Colonial Hills. Wills Road is ongoing. Ohio Edison has begun their work on Diamond Ford. We also are beginning work on First Street for handicap entrance for the museum. So that would be wonderful to have that there for them. The exterior renovation grant began today that we talked about that had $50,000 that we used from the ARPA funds, and you will apply through the Community Building Partnership Grant. It's on our website, and so it's first come, first served, and this is for anything for the outside of your home. Your new front door, if you want to put a light out front, if you want to paint your house, anything to do with the outside, including sidewalk. The sidewalk is included in this program as well. Our sidewalk program, we are at $75,000 out of the $125,000 that we put in the budget. And that program will end on April the 30th. So anyone interested in the sidewalk program has a few more days to get their application in. And that's a program for the audience that may not know this. But if you have a sidewalk program that is $8,000, the city will pay $4,000 of your project, up to $4,000. So if your project is $6,000, we will pay $3,000. And we actually write the check to the contractor. This is not a reimbursable monies. We actually write and pay the contractor, so you don't have to pay the entire amount up front and wait for reimbursement. Massillon Matters newsletter was in your sewer bill, so we do have some tips in there for spring. E-waste is being accepted at the Massillon Rec Center, and that is part of the, in the Massillon newsletter as well. Nixle, we really want anyone that wants to sign up and be connected to the city to text 888-777 and put Massillon in the text box, and you will be directly connected to the city for road closures, or like the program that we're beginning today will be being put out through Nixle as well, so that the public knows about it. So it's really a great asset that we have, and it comes through a text, so it's not like you have to open up your email, it'll pop up on your text. So that's a benefit of that program. And if you want to utilize the Nixle and you want to use it through email, we also have that capability. It's just you have to open up your email to access the message. And you can go to our website and on the home page and go all the way to the bottom, and then there you can see a way to sign up for it. It's called Nixle, and we'll be happy to get you signed up and be able to communicate with you regularly. That's all I have tonight. Thank you. Thank you.
Resolutions, requests of council members. Call the calendar, ordinance number 17, 2023.
An ordinance amending section 2D occupation list of class titles of ordinance number 127, 1997 to add 3 new positions within the 705-30 Health Department and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Gray.
Thank you, Madam President. Yes, this ordinance we've discussed several times in committee. We've amended it now twice, and I believe it's ready to be passed. The amendment was to add language so that starting in 2023 and continuing each year thereafter, the Health Commissioner shall appear at the next regular meeting of council immediately following October 1st and shall advise council as to the status of each position within the Health Department funded by the grant or other outside funding sources, the amount remaining on any such grant or outside funding sources, and whether such grant or outside funding sources will be renewed so as to enable the continued funding of said positions. So this relates right now specifically to 3 positions the Health Department wants to add. One is a summer intern, and then 2 other more permanent positions, again, connected to the grant. Are there any questions or comments by City Council? Seeing none, I'd like to move that we vote on ordinance number 17-2023.
Second by Councilman Hurricane. Roll call for suspension. Just for passage, roll call.
No, because when you amended it, it took it back to first reading. You amended it.
Roll call for suspension.
Viola,
Yes.
Creamer,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Hurricane,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Slutes,
Yes.
and Snead.
Yes.
8 yes for suspension.
And for passage.
Creamer,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Hurricane,
No.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
No.
Slutes,
Yes.
Snead,
No.
and Viola.
Yes.
That would be 5 yes, 3 no for passage.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 17, 2023 has passed.
Madam President,
Yes.
just to let the record reflect, I do not believe it met emergency language, so it will be 30 days before the administration can act on it. So that's
Third reading ordinances and resolutions. Ordinance number 22, 2023.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Massillon, Ohio, to enter into an agreement with Allison Mary to provide an economic development inducement grant to fund startup costs, including build-out, equipment, etc., for caffeine and gunpowder located at 155 Lincoln Way West, Suite A-096, Massillon, Ohio, and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Hurricane.
Thank you, Madam President. Based on the information that we received earlier, I believe further discussion on this matter is required. I'd like to do that in the next work session. Therefore, I make a motion to table ordinance number 22-2023 until May 15th, 2023.
Thank you. Ordinance number 22, roll call. Second, Lewis, roll call.
Gregg?
No.
Hurricane?
Yes.
Lewis?
Yes.
Lombardi?
Yes.
Sluse?
Yes.
Snead?
No.
Viola?
Yes.
And Creamer.
Yes.
6 yes, 2 no, to table ordinance number 22-2023 until May 15th.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 22-2023 has been tabled until May 15th, 23. Second reading ordinances and resolutions. Ordinance number 30-2023.
An ordinance to accept the dedication of road right-of-way and easements for Canyon Creek Estates, Phase 3 subdivision, Massillon, Ohio.
Councilman Snead.
Thank you, President Naismith. Hearing no further discussion on this, I'd like to make a motion that we waive the rule requiring 3 readings and bring ordinance number 30-2023 forward for a vote.
Second by Councilman Creamer. Roll call for suspension.
Hurricane?
Yes.
Lewis?
Yes.
Lombardi?
Yes.
Sluse?
Yes.
Snead?
Yes.
Viola?
Yes.
Creamer?
Yes.
And Gregg.
Yes.
8 yes for suspension.
And for passage.
Lewis?
Yes.
Lombardi?
Yes.
Sluse?
Yes.
Snead?
Yes.
Viola?
Yes.
Creamer?
Yes.
Gregg?
Yes.
And Hurricane.
Yes.
8 yes for passage.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 30-2023 has passed. We are up to 17 on the agenda, where anyone from the audience can come forward and speak on any topic that did not appear on tonight's agenda. If you wish to do so, please come forward, state your name, address, topic you wish to discuss, and please limit your comments to 4 minutes or less.
Hi, it's me again, Brooke Longhire, 24 Lincoln Way East, Massillon, Ohio. You've been reading ordinances to me all night, so let me read you one. 1341.23, protection of party walls. Whenever a building or other structure or part thereof on one side of a party wall is removed, existing party walls shall be maintained in a safe, weather-proof condition, listen to this part, by and at the expense of the person, firm, or corporation causing the building or other structure to be removed. Not me. It wasn't me that caused it. Temporary or permanent bracing shall be provided as necessary for maintaining the stability of such party wall or adjoining building whenever such stability is endangered by the removal of a building, structure, or part thereof. Open beam holes in party walls exposed by removal of a building or other structure or part thereof shall be closed with approved masonry by and at the expense of the person, firm, or corporation causing them to be exposed. Again, not me. Now today, we were given orders for our building that we are responsible for 100% of. So let me just read you a few points off the structural report that I have. The now exposed west wall, consisting of 3 rifts of brick, is in poor to moderate condition, despite recent masonry repairs after the January demolition. Wall cracks, voids, and penetrations remain in the wall. Although it appears the efforts to stabilize and laterally support the west wall to complete the emergency demolition of 14 and 20 were successful, assuming because my wall didn't fall down, the current configuration of angle brackets and bracing is not likely sufficient. Incomplete masonry repairs and weatherproofing presents opportunities for weather intrusion into the building and continued masonry deterioration. Due to the significant alterations to the building resulting from the demolition of the approximately 50% of the original construction, retain the services of another structural engineer to evaluate the remaining gravity and lateral resting systems to address compliance requirements of the current building code. The evaluation will likely conclude at the minimum, blah, 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 blah. All I see is my life going away, my money going away. I had a council person tell me I'm facing the same thing as caffeine and gunpowder. Really? I'm wondering if I can get $8,000 grant to start up a new business in Massillon. No, we're a 126-year-old business in Massillon. The city decided, for whatever reason, that building had to be demolished immediately. They demolished it. Now I'm being told today this ordinance is not for the city to enforce. It's for me to take the property owner to court and enforce it in court, in civil court. It's not for the city to enforce. So now I'm left, literally just finding this out at 2 o'clock today, going to my other job, getting off my other job at 6 o'clock and then coming here. So I really haven't even had the time to process the fact that my life is now over. And I'm probably going to be in debt for the rest of my life over something that we had no control over. Go look at our last structural engineer report from the city. Everything in here is west wall, west wall, west wall. We didn't do anything to the west wall. The poor building inspections, the people that didn't make the old owner take care of it, that was done. So I don't know what I expect y'all to do. I know that there was a lot of grant money that went towards that. And if this ordinance is here and states this should be done, then why isn't that grant money being spent on my wall instead of forcing me to sell? Maybe I'll just sell fuzzy, who knows? Have a great night. Oh, sorry. Thank you. Scott, sign it twice, the third time's a charm.
Can I take this off?
Sure.
Thank you. I'm Belinda Blankenship. I live at 958 Oak Hill Drive, Northeast. And I wasn't going to speak, but I want to support this woman. 14 years ago, I was running the Lincoln Theater when that fire happened. Mike Fellow took me into the building that the fire happened in. They had moved next door, but he still owned the building. We were on the second floor of the building, where they used to live, the Fells. There was end of the floor, and you looked over the end of the floor, and there was nothing but dirt. Nothing, absolutely nothing holding that building up. No, nothing. 14 years, how did that be let go? Is Fuzzy, has Fuzzy paid his bill? I know you probably can't tell me that. But whatever happened to those two buildings on the side did not need to happen. And somehow it got left for 14 years. Why her business, which we've all known, we've all grown up with it there, has to suffer, I don't understand. It's not fair. It's not Massillon. And that place is a mess now. Clean it up. Doesn't seem that difficult. We have money for other things. That's all I want to say. But let's see what we can do. We did it. We ignored it. Just like the Resi, we kept ignoring it. 30 years, finally we lost it. Thank you. This way. They were easier at the theater. It was attached to my hand there.
I don't think I have to sign again, but I just wanted to come back. A couple weeks ago, I complimented you because I heard you were thinking about doing some legislation to go after the people who have these raggedy buildings that they don't fix. So I just wanted to come back and reiterate, I hope that maybe in your committee meeting next week, that will be on your agenda, that you can actually start talking about what you're going to do to these, she told me I couldn't call them names, people that own these dilapidated buildings. In fact, this one particular person actually owns 30 of them downtown. I think I said that before. So I hope that in your committee meeting, that just wasn't blank talk that I heard a couple weeks ago, but that is still fresh in your mind, that we need to do something. I've supported Duncan Jewelers forever. The original owner before was one of my daughter's teachers, wonderful woman. And this lady should not have to suffer because we, the city, let something go that many years. What the owner has against or whatever with the city, I don't know. But I wish I could own 30 buildings and not take care of them and have nothing done to me. Even when you place the lien, if you would consider talking about this in your committee meeting, know that you need to have something in the lien, because I've talked to legal people that will make him have to pay, because we are wonderful at loopholes. You've heard me talk about that. What we do to put a Band-Aid on so we don't have to do what you really want us to do. So as you're considering this, please try to fill up the loophole in the gap and see if we can get something from Mr. Anonymous. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do I need to sign again?
No.
I guess mine's just a technical issue. I think you guys could maybe consider, since we're live and we broadcast live, to maybe not have people announce their home addresses in front of the camera. Now, they're written down here, so that's a good thing. You already have them for file. But this is kind of a sensitive night tonight. There'll be other legislation in the future that will be sensitive. Maybe not having people announce their addresses so the whole world can hear where they live. That's a concern. Hopefully you'll consider that. Thanks.
Thank you, Jamie. Anyone else? Seeing none, Councilman Sluse,
I make a motion that we adjourn.
seconded by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Sluse,
Yes.
Sneak,
Yes.
Yeoman,
Yes.
Kramer. Yes. Gray,
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
and Lewis.
Yes.
8 yes to adjourn.
Meeting adjourned.